make sure nga na, kasi hindi naman perfect din yung science ng construction. It could happen na hindi sadya. Na may, tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero hindi dapat bayaran yon kung
Yes.
less ang quantity na ginamit, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oo. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Sir.
I'll recognize muna Yusek Assis, then I'll recognize you, Sir Interior. Yes, sir.
I'm Raul Asis, former Undersecretary in charge of all the bureaus. So I'd like to just make a clarification do sa mga plano during the stages of construction. You start with the original plan. This was prepared by the contractor, a consultant, and approved by the department. That is used, the original plan is used actually for bidding purposes, so that the contractors who would bid would have a basis, an intelligent basis for coming up with their own bid prices. Okay? After that, the contractor should do a survey to come up with an as-stake plans. The as-stake plans becomes the guide for construction. Why do you do that? To suit actual field conditions, which were not present during the time that it was surveyed, due for the original. Then comes the third, yung as-built plans. So, Engineer Adam did the evaluation, ang benchmark niya is the as-built plans. You do the as-built plans because there could have been, more often than not, there are deviations made by the contractor, whether approved or not by the department, deviations from the as-stake plans. Diba? Kaya lumalabas yung as-built plans. The as-built plans becomes one of the documents for final payment for our. So in this case, Engineer Abinales was tasked to find the cause of failure on the basis of the as-built plans. So you could not say that it's primarily due to a flawed design. That would be unfair because he did not. Ang benchmark niya is not the original plan, but the as-built plans which could have been, which could have deviated in one way or another from the original plan. Okay? It would also be unfair if the consultant used the new code to evaluate it. It should have been evaluated against the code at the time of the original design. So, ganun nangyari. So, on that basis, gumawa siya ng retrofitting plans. That is the fourth plan. Nung bumaksak yung tulay, it was a retrofitted plan. And being able to pinpoint kung sino responsible becomes more complex. No? You're talking of the original, the as-stake plans, yung as-built plans, and the retrofitted plans. Kung ang babasihan pa ni Engineer Adam, yung current code, the more. It's unfair do sa designer. Diba? Nagkataon lang na nilagay yung, kaya nagsama yung kasing epoxy against the original plan yun eh. Tapos itong retrofitting mo against yung as-built plans na. I just want to make that clarification kasi mahirap dito sabihin eh. Sino talaga yung may kasalanan? But to say it's purely based on the design, unfair. No? Kasi hindi mo bine-benchmark yun eh. There was no way for you to benchmark your findings against the original plan or as the stake plan. Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, first of all, sir, I'm grateful that you made that statement. Malinaw po, malinaw. Two questions lang, sir. Yung at stake ba? Tama, at stake. Yung as-stake plans, paano, sir, pagka yung nanalo ka na ng bid, tapos nung sinurvey mo nga yung on the ground, malayo, then you go back for more money or you... So
usually hindi. Kasi yung, when you do an estimate, ang standard yan, meron kang plus or 10%. Plus or minus 10% allowance.
So unless something happened to that ground, that it was flooded or nagka-earthquake, it should be okay.
And then, kung force majeure, pwedeng humingi ho ng
Yes,
dagdag.
yes. But unless by
Otherwise,
force majeure,
wala.
you're at stake.
As stake.
At stake.
That
And
is, kuminsan, kung walang pagbabago naman doon sa suit conditions, the original plan could be the as-stake
yes.
plan.
And secondly, I'm not disagreeing. It's not a question. I agree it's very difficult to find out who was at fault. Ang point ko lang, you don't add the 400 million kung meron ka nang nakita na 900 defects or without finding who's at fault. And even if you have to para magamit yung bridge, ihiwalay mo yung repair sa retrofit, di ba? I mean, you're not disputing that. I'm just clarifying that from our point of view. And then I agree with you again na despite all of this, bumaksak pa rin. Go ahead, sir, if you wanna.
Yeah, yun ang sinasabi.
Actually, sir, before I ask Engineer Abinales to answer, actually in October 2023, you did ask Engineer Abinales, Construction Supervision Consultant, instructed PE and PM to include the as-stake plans and the retrofitting works of bottom chord span 1 to 4 and span 12 that were not including in the retrofitting and strengthening plans. But tama ho ba na as-built yung naging basis nyo o tinignan nyo rin yung original plans?
Hindi lang po yung as-built plans ang tinignan namin, pati po yung original plans po.
But did you do that on your own volition or sa terms nandun?
I have to examine both documents po para
Sige.
makita ko lang po.
Let's examine kasi kung wala yung original sa una, then mistake ng DPWH, and we should correct that in future kasi tama naman yung sinabi ni engineer, the former USEC, di ba, na you have to, but you actually looked at the original plan.
Exactly.
At
Yes.
kaya nyo nakita yung sinabi nyong nung hinate, bumuka.
Yes, sir.
Oh. I don't know if you wanna give an opinion there, USEC, kasi yun nga yung problema ko. Kung sabihin nilang the plans were solid, but nung phase 1, phase 2, and when you make it that way, bubuka. Therefore, hindi daw kasalanan ni Engineer Cañete because you want to explain that para if anyone, let's close with that. Explain that, then if anyone wants to comment. Kung
Okay.
hindi, we will close it.
Design ko, monolithic or nakakabit yung arches sa piers. So, yun? So, parang may frame ka, 12 spans. Ang design ko, 12 spans, na 12 na arko, tapos restrain siya sa dulo-dulo ng abutment. Ang ginawa nila is, nag-phase 1 sila, 8 spans lang, span 1 up to span 8. Pagdating sa span 8, nasa gitna ka na ng ilog. Kasi yung first 4 spans, nasa lupa eh. Nasa lupa. Buti na lang span 3 yung nag-collapse hindi sa tubig bumagsak, kundi baka may namatay. Yung span 8, yung pier 8 na nagdadala nung arch number 8, okay pa siya nung kinonstruct yung pier, nilagay yung arco, nilagay yung steel floor system. Pero nang binuhusan na yung concrete deck, kasi yung floor system bakal eh, so magaan lang siya. Pagbuhos ng concrete deck, na-transfer na yung load dun sa arco. Eh yung arch number 8, walang kadugtong na arch 9. Kasi dapat kompleto eh. So dapat pipigilan siya nung arch 9. Ang arco kasi, kapag nilagyan mo ng load, bubuka yun eh. Bubuka siya. Eh yung pier 8 nasa gitna ng ilog, napakataas na. Yun na yung pinakamataas kong columns. So, slender na siya. Madali na siyang itulak. Mathematically, ang slenderness is proportional to L cube. Cube ng height. So, very slender talaga yung compared sa nasa Pier 1, Pier 2.
Your Honor.
I think the contractor wants to comment muna, sir.
Your Honor.
Just
Just one
Secretary
comment.
muna. Yes, sir.
Just one comment lang. Engineer Cañete,